campers, and welcome to Ruisbroek in Belgium. And here we are now in the generous pit space there. Race video cameras travelling all the way to Antwerp. That's where Ruisbroek is, just outside. And there's the Johnny Beaumont lorry with what's left of the windscreen. And we're about to see some of the cars that will be taking part in this inaugural World Cup. And many congratulations to Bernie Shrimp. Bernie's the racing manager at Ruisbroek. He's arranged it all. You may remember last year when Dean Wood took a team of drivers over and they took on the rest of Europe. Well, now the whole thing has grown and grown. It's an individual event this year, but as we wander around the pits, you will see top drivers from the very best BANGER racing teams in the United Kingdom. They have made the journey. We have top drivers from Belgium itself, of course, from Holland, from Germany, and there's the Snake. Remember him last year? Absolutely terrific show he put on. Beautifully painted car. And quite a few of the English lads have got hold of left-hand drive cars as well. And how about this? Up on top of that transporter, car number 230, that is a Tetra. It's 2.5 tons, the engine's in the boot, it's a V8, air-cooled, and it's bad, and it's got a race video sticker as well, of course. At the other end of the sign writing scale, last minute preparations on that particular machine. And there's Speedy Reed, number 88. He was the driver who won just about everything last year when all the others went wrecking. He even rolled it in one race and still won. Roger Wilco, of course, and ever present. What a veteran of BANGER racing he's been. Number 20, one of the Suicide Squad cars there. Plenty of them here today. And still the cars pouring into the pits. Number 82, Dean Wood. And look at all those yellow cars. Dean Wood there with the left-hand drive. That's Chris Whiteman's special. Lovely facilities here. All the drivers been made very welcome. Camping. And one or two other bits and pieces as well, I shouldn't wonder. There's the Iceman. And the firm, well represented. What an absolute beauty that is. That's worth a few bob. 210 there. There's Ben Turner in 146. You can't miss Ben Turner. Just in case you've forgotten the number, he always paints his name on as well. And there's little cars too. 333 there with one of the smaller cars taking part. Oh, hey up, here come the Surrey Street squad. And how about that, Granada limo for them. And now we're straight into the first heat. Remember, it's an individual event. There's all the big boys here, but an individual event. So one or two Union Jack. And there's Dougie George going in hard straight away on 259. And Ben Turner was on the end of that. 303, Dougie George getting stuck in there. The latest acquisition for the custard creams. 54, Dave Nichols in his squad Granada. And there's Ben Turner, 146. He's turned it round now. We're on the first lap of the first race, and Ben Turner is out to do something spectacular in his posse machine. Big pile up at the far end of the circuit, and in comes somebody or other on Turner. He's been put away again. Wow. Big jack there. That was Speedy Reed delivering the jack to Turner's Westminster. 617, Carl Overy is going to spin him out now. And it's a long way to come to get slaughtered. But that is what is happening to Ben Turner here. And here he is now going across the centre. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman, just coming through. And Dennis Whiteman lining up, Turner now. Oh my word, he's rolled in. And Dougie George is and that's through the roof. The roof has gone and Dougie George is out of the car. Red flags are out. The race is suspended. And what an horrific crash. Well, they're all looking anxiously inside the cab. Let's hope Ben Turner's okay. Well, Dennis Whiteman picking up Ben Turner there and hitting him onto the curb. That caused the rollover. And then all of a sudden, Dougie George came ploughing through and straight into the roof. But to his credit, he was out of his car immediately to stop the race. Well, it was a bit dangerous, I suppose, but certainly after he delivered the unfortunate hit, his only concern was for Ben Turner. And we do hope that Ben is okay. Don't think the car is, though. So here we go then on the resumption. One or two of the foreign cars there with the old overflow pipes coming out the roof. I think they look nicer like that, don't they? Number 1, Dennis Whiteman, 555, Roy Rawlins going through. The Snake's still running, 304. Not the car that we looked at in the pit, so Sven with 2 cars here today. Going round this Armcode tarmac circuit at Ruisbroek. Flanked by 2 canals, just in case anyone gets really spectacular. There's another one clipping the curb there and being spun round. What's left of Turner's heap still on that corner. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman making good progress. Getting stuck into 277. 555, Roy Rawlins, 88, Speedy Reed. All right up there. Roy Rawlins with his race video, checkered flag, optimistic, and taking out Speedy Reed on the back straight. Dennis Whiteman having a play with number 15 and number 55 there, Chris Whiteman, the reigning Banger world champion. Couldn't resist that one and ploughs into another Granada and makes a right mess of it too. Four qualifying races for the Bangers. Top finishers from each qualifier going through to the World Cup final. That's the format. Cool. 259 once again getting put away. And there's the checkered flag, and it's number 1, Dennis Whiteman, who wins. Blimey, as Chris Whiteman ploughs in again on the far side. Dave Nichols finishes spectacularly on the home straight. And the rest of the cars now looking for the rest of the places. Red flags out. And there's Dennis, taken to wearing a hat in the last few years. If he ever takes it off, you'll know why. Here we go then with Heat 2. There's some drivers that we've seen at some big meetings. Mr. Murph, 430. Kevin King, 89 there. Dean Wood, 82. There's a 3-litre car. An absolute beauty behind Kevin King. Herman in 755. Wilshire in 96. And there's the P5, 145. Surrey Street Squad with some wonderful material as ever. but most of the serious racers taking Granadas. And there's the bad boy in that amazing 2.5-ton Tetra. Dean Woods straight in and then getting taken out by 204. '96 Wilshire ploughs in. Oh dear. And the V8 rear engine car in a bit of a mess on the far side. .204 gets sorted out by the Surrey Street squad. Mark Bolden T-bones. Oh dear, look at that 145, the Union Jack on the roof. And it's in a bit of a sorry state now. Cars being slowed down, more drivers in trouble, but even when they're crawling around, they're still full contact. There's 91 Dave Barwick, getting ready to insert himself in somebody, and succeeds, and it's the top job that gets taken out by the Bartman. And Woody is done by the posse there. Oh yes, and a superb jack by the bad boy in the Tetra on 501 as Bolden buries 145. Oh, blimey. Well, the race video cameras capturing the biggest hits in Belgium, that's for sure. And there's Roger Wilco, number 20, and the Tetra still cruising along. Dean Woods lined it up. And he's put it straight in. Barwick puts another one away. Number 91 enjoying himself. And Barwick fires another one in. Number 91, Dave Barwick. Collecting some well worth these scaps there. 149, Doug Bridger just coming to rest. And number 20, Roger Wilco, seems to be cruising this one as ever, a master at avoiding the pile-ups. One of Speedworth's top banger drivers for many years. Just a little touch there, that's all it needed on that one. Barwick, and coming up behind 397 now, giving him a nudge. A lot of drivers taking the opportunity to race the old Granada estates. And Dave Barwick beginning to make some progress now, as number 20 Roger Wilco gets quicker and quicker. around the Ruisbroek tarmac. It's uh-oh for oh as he's sandwiched there. Wilshire putting 2 in on the home straight. Weather not as kind this year as it was last year. But the racing absolutely tremendous, and when you see this many talented drivers on the circuit at the same time, as Dean Wood puts another one away and Roger Wilco takes the checkered flag. This man has won banger races all over the UK, and now he's winning them all over Europe as well. Number 20, Roger Wilkinson. Okay, here we go then with Heat 3, 617, Carl Overy in there. And quite a few of the bent ones that were in earlier races have come out for their second go, some out for the first time. I don't fancy that bloke's job on the back of the start car as he sends them on the way. And is that Michael in 74? No, it's 75. Oh, blimey. And, well, how about that? Jacked up by the Snake's door as they all plough in. Whiteman going in on the limo there. And a massive pile-up by the tent. .287, Chris Reed coming through. Number of Ringwood drivers here, and he's one of them. As his namesake, Speedy Reed. And the 210 firm machine is still just about going round. There's a Suicide Squad Granada. .617, Carl Overy beginning to make progress. And, oof, blimey, the Snake really got put in hard there. And he's set up for the T-bone. Oh, and the Humber's got him. Well, I hope Sven was in a right-hand drive car. I don't think he was. And once again, the cars are being slowed down. No, he blinking well wasn't, and a bad hit there by 210. Right on the driver's door. Look how far that door's gone in. On the Snake's, well, what was it, a Granada, I think. Well, 3 races and 2 very bad crashes already. Ben Turner and now Sven taking nasty hits. And here we go again with the resumption of Heat 3. .287, Chris Reed. Escaping from Carl Overy. That's a good move. The young Suffolk superstar. Never been known to pass a car in his life. And lining up Reed now for a big one. if he can possibly manage it. Oof! 277 planted there by Nichols, I think. And still, Carl Overy can't get to grips with Chris Reeve. And problems again. Another driver in trouble, and it looks like 277 this time. Another one of the Brits with a problem. So the result is declared Chris Reeve the winner. Time for heat 4. And one or two biffed and battered wrecks crawling out for this one. Well, that's a interesting strategy by that young man. I know we've got the suicide squad here, but no need to take it literally so. On the front there, the Surrey Street squad, Top Job and 41. Willie Scoyles, another one of the Speedworth contingent. Some drivers out for their third go, I reckon. Many for their second. And Wilshire puts 2 away again, but now he's vulnerable. Kevin King, number 89, getting stuck in there. And Grumpy, is that getting... Oof, blimey, what a head on there by Bolden. Well, in fact, Bolden was pushing the 00 car straight into the 818 Rover. Willie Scoyles spinning out number 22. So many cars with yellow paint on this weekend. .214's got yellow paint and a Union Jack, but they still plastered him. And Dean Wood absolutely slaughtering driver 214 there. Wrong shade of yellow, sir. Kevin King plows in for good measure in number 89. Still looking very square. I don't know if it was Colin Everett, the first person to do the wings like that, but a lot of them now opting for this corrugated wing strategy. Not that it makes them any stronger, of course. Bolden puts another one away. 249 Mark Bolden made a real impact at Arena Essex this year, and doing the same at Ruisbroek. Barwick finally coming to a halt. A lack of water. Or is he? So one of the big old Rovers left running. That's Dom. Surrey Street squad putting on a fine show here. Looks like Mark Bolden's going to put on the Surrey Street squad again. And oh, with a bit of help from Dean Wood on the back end of Bolden. I think that's what you call team racing. Crikey. Oh, and Wilshire's ploughed in now. Well, all the things they're not allowed to do at home, they're doing them away, that's for sure. 486. Freddie Fingers just going through there, one of the Horndean drivers. Another annex of the squad, as it were. Not many left now in this one. Quite a few cars with the back ends up in the air. 41, Willie Scores coming through again. And it's and look at that, lovely cornering there from William. And it's an achievement to finish a race today, that's for sure. Bomber 79 on the back straight there. .486, Freddie Fingers now taking up the running. Look at the state of Dean Wood's car, number 82. Been out in 3 of the heats, I think, and made a complete mess of that left-hand drive Granada that he was getting hold of in the UK. Dennis Whiteman also out in a Dean Wood left-hand drive Granada. And I'm not sure how many more hits that one has got in it. The Bomber gets bombed by Wilshire, and they both hit the Armco, and Freddie Fingers comes through. 486. And takes the checkered flag. So the fourth heat is concluded. Freddie Fingers the winner, 486. And that concludes the racing for the Saturday here at Ruisbroek. There's Freddie just showing us all how fluent he is in Belgian. Thank you very much, he says. And they all know what it means. Lovely trophies again from Ruisbroek. They really have done a grand job here again of making all the visiting UK drivers feel very welcome. Full marks to Bernie. And here we go now with the parade for the final. And a number of drivers coming out with yesterday's heats, but one or two have managed to get hold of fresh cars. See how many of these ugly mushies you can recognise. That one's not in it, surely. Eek. When you see a grand parade of banger drivers, you know why they're usually hidden by their helmets. Well, there's one we know, Roy Rawlings, 555. There's Chris Reed, winner of one of the heats yesterday. Is that a Triumph? I do believe it is. Now that's what you call bonnet bombs. There's a brand new one for today, Mr. Crazy. One of the German cars. The German car's putting on a fine show this weekend. And there's another one. And that is obviously a brand new one. Actually, it's quite remarkable how many of them have got new ones, and Sven has, the snake. We saw him getting pulverised yesterday, but brand new one for today. We're not sure if it's Sven driving it. There's Boulders, spinning again, with Dave Barwick on the roof, of course. Dave Nichols, number 54, coming through. One of the grass tracking suicide squad. And there's Freddie Fingers, winner of Heat 4. Graham Painter in 751. Almost managed to repair that one, didn't they? And hello to you too, sir. Roger Wilco, I'm going to win this one as well, he says. We shall see. .287, Chris Reed on pole with 88 Speedy Reed. Carl Overy with Sam written on his car. Oh, hi. And a very impressive lineup indeed after those heats yesterday. There's the old Volvo 131. It's remarkable how many of the cars have survived. Double O. He took a few wallops, but he's out there again. Willie Scores going through in number 41. 96, Kevin Wilshire. He didn't half put some hits in yesterday, didn't he? Dougie George, 303. Top Job with a new Top Job. Damage Inc. in 541. And 82, well, I don't believe it. Dean, well, that is a different car for Dean Wood, number 82. And the story there is that one of the Dutch drivers said he got a spare car, went and got it for Dean, and they built it this morning. So Dean Wood in a car that he just finished half an hour ago, racing now. Oh, and big pile up right at the start there, and Roger Wilco T-boned by the Bartman. .486 Freddie Fingers, 88 Speedy Reed making good progress. Number 1 Dennis Whiteman coming through. .303 Dougie George and Dave Barwick clashing. Not in the game plan. Oh! And I think that's what you call a jacked up car, isn't it? Not sure about the aerodynamics of those race video flags. And 287, Chris Reed getting tickled out of it by 351. Number 1 Dennis Whiteman now, setting about 88 Speedy Reed. And Double O demolished on the home straight there. Much bigger crowd here on Sunday afternoon. The sun trying to shine as well. And what a spectacle. The hits going in thick and fast now as the survivors try to destroy each other in this first ever World Cup here at Ruisbroek in Belgium. The Volvo just gently caressing the Armco. .88 Speedy Reed in the lead. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman in second place. Dennis Whiteman, of course, the former BANGER world champion, one of the craftiest drivers around. Be getting ready to time his assault now on Speedy. Wilshire, amazingly, gets taken out by one of the Germans. Jack Overy goes in. Dean Wood coming through, number 82, being a bit more careful with his new car. And 617, Carl Overy's decided to do it properly, or has he? We shall see. Meanwhile, Whiteman and Reed are together, and Whiteman takes the lead. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman, goes into the lead, but we've got a problem again, and the Reds are out. And it's that big pile up down there. So Speedy Reed is reinstated in lead position. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman behind him. 287, Chris Reed behind him. And there's 82, Dean Wood. '39 takes the big head on with 33. And Speedy Reed now staying out of trouble. Big advantage for those drivers with the left-hand drives. 287, Chris Reed taking it wide, seeing Dean Wood in his mirror. Beginning to get a bit crowded on that bend now. Well, that wasn't in the plan. And Wilshire plows in. He's now decided he's going to stop everything regardless of the colour of the paint job. And he takes out Speedy Reed. 96, Kevin Wilshire, one of the biggest hitters in the business. And it's 82, Dean Wood now in the lead from 287, Chris Reed, and number 1, Dennis Whiteman. And a fantastic race now. And Dean Wood has also been a lot more careful in this. Not bad for 2 hours work, is it, that car? They put the racing engine in. They've sign written it. They've sign written it rather well, haven't they? But 287, Chris Reed is driving brilliantly here, and he's nudged his way past Dean Wood. And he is now in first place. And Dean Wood is slowing number 1, Dennis Whiteman, now in pursuit of 287 Reed. '82 definitely slowing. Number 20, Roger Wilco, gives him a little tickle. And Roger Wilco now moving up into contention. So we've got a Ringwood driver in the lead, we've got an Arena Essex driver second, and a Big S man in third. Number 43, not much left of that one. And it's number 1, Dennis Whiteman now in first place. And number 20, Roger Wilco. He's having a good old go at removing Whiteman, D, and he's done it. But he's also in trouble. Overy T-bones him. And so we'll have another new leader. Somewhere in the middle of that lot is the race leader. Who's it going to be? Willie Scoyles bursts into life and puts in a couple of hits. Dean Wood's new car looks like his old car, and Whiteman is still in the lead. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman still leads. 39 and 287 in hot pursuit. 89, Kevin King still limping around. 41, Willie Scholes has a attack off the centre there, and 541 gets jacked by 54. 82's in the middle of that one too. And on the home straight, Whiteman has been nobbled. And isn't it amazing? They deliver hit after hit, and you think they're indestructible. And it's almost a surprise when they finally stop. But Whiteman is out, and look at the state of Dean Wood's car now. .41, Willie Scholes has another go, and this time he's hit Kevin King. Dean Wood hits him. 287, Chris Reed, and Kevin King ploughs into Willie Scholes. And those three big boys are having a terrific time. As 287, Chris Reed nips through. Thank you very much, he says. 89, Kevin King. They still haven't managed to dislodge that race video flag. And where's he going? Oh, yes, it's just to have another little pop at Willie. And Willie says, come on then. Just one more. So, 287, Chris Reed, the leader. He's on his last lap. The Ringwood driver, with a very cunningly devised paint job, is he? He is! He's won it! The winner of the first ever World Cup. Well done, 287, Chris Reed. 89, Kevin King in second place. And in third position, what's left of number 82, Dean Wood's heap. And there weren't any more. Well, there's Dean Wood, trying to do an impersonation now of Chris Reed, and he'll get the big trophy. You sure I haven't washed my hands, you know? That's okay. If you stand up here. Been around a year or two, hasn't he, Dean Wood? Currently racing regularly at Arena Essex since joining Promoter Sport last year. And there's another veteran. I've seen this bloke race in the late 70s. Kevin King. Ooh. Just making sure that he's dressing on the left there. And now, the winner of the first ever World Cup, 287, Chris Reed. Gets a bottle of pop as well. You're not supposed to drink it, you prank. You're supposed to spray everybody with it. Famous tune in the background. None of them knew the words. And now on the immaculate Ruisbroek Speedway wagon, they're going to take a well-deserved lap of honour. And although we had all the top drivers from Holland, Germany and Belgium there, the UK boys dominating again at Ruisbroek. Moving on now to the all-comers final. That's the way the Belgians spell it. We're very ethnic on race video this afternoon. And straight away in they go. There's 751, Painter planted, and 43. And now he got that one out again. But it didn't last long. Plenty of cars on the track for this all-comers race. And, well, the Volvo really getting all its toughened panels tested there. And so it should, after all those pretentious adverts. 89 Kevin King, still doing battle. And there's 397 with the jacked up rear end, just withdrawing from his latest bit of penetration. Oh, and there's Jack Overy, 617. And that looks like a new one there. New Granada Escape, just getting the bang bang treatment. It's not Sam driving that one, is it? Oh, dearie me. Looks like the posse in trouble again down there. Some of the cars that have been slaughtered trying to resume, and once again the race is stopped. A driver in trouble. Not sure that they all realise. But we're back racing again. We understand it was the Surrey Street Granada limo where the driver was in trouble. Oh, crikey, and that's the biggest head-on of the weekend. And who supplies it? Who else but Jack Overy, 617 there. And he's still got it in reverse. Ready for another one. Blimey. Speedy Reed getting annihilated by Mark Bolden. The rear axle up in the air on the 88 Granada. Number 1, Dennis Whiteman. Turning it round and turning it back again. Here comes 287, winner of the final, Chris Reed. And another head-on for Carl Overy as Bolden goes in flat out on one of the others. 249 Mark Bolden. Didn't see a lot of him in the World Cup, but he's now putting it about in this one. 349 coming through. 128 still running, just about. But he's been plastered by the painter. And a right mess too. Roy Rawlins flicks it round and clips one. 54, Dave Nichols having a go there with 148. And another go, and another go. 397 just gets on the end of the other estate car there, but survives. Doesn't need much of a tap on the back of that to completely destroy it. But as yet undelivered, having a nibble with 148 now. Just looking over his shoulder there, a bit of mirror signal manoeuvre. Dennis Whiteman goes in again. That's where he rolled Ben Turner on Saturday, and he almost had the other one over there, up on two wheels. 39's Union Jack intact. And this time, delivering the big one on 148, and the T-bone from Kevin King. Roy Rawlins plows in as well, 555. But the roof rack has survived. The roof rack's okay on the 148 car, as Dennis Whiteman just gently parks him. Terriers in the background there, 26. .397 nips through. And the checkered flag is out. And the officials are just conferring. And it's 397. Who's got the verdict? Well, there he is. And he's the winner. Well done, sir. Time now for, if it's necessary, that is, the Destruction Derby, the last race in the Banger programme. Of course, the weekend has featured a whole stack of other racing formulas here at Ruisbroek, but we've just brought you the Banger action this time. And quite a few of the locals have turned up with their cars now. And there's a lot of fresh metal out there, along with the handful of survivors from some wonderful demolition in the World Cup here, Ruisbroek in Belgium. So, for the last time, here they go. Who's going to get the trophy this time? And once again, Marco Polo enjoying his travels down there and flattening somebody or other. 130 ploughing in as well. And it looked like Sven, I think. And there's a roller. And that doesn't look too clever at all from here. And once again, the race is being stopped in the interests of safety. Roy Rawlins in to protect. The driver's out. And the race is on. And somebody's going the wrong way. It's Union Jack 39. Now then. Oh. Well, whoever he was after, he didn't get him. Roy Rawlins did though. He's having another go now. One of the locals poodling through. Boot lid flapping. The Volvo getting the Kevin King treatment on the back straight. And 39 has another go. Meanwhile, Roy Rawlins is still running. Oh, and, well, that's the way to do it. 287, Chris Reed avoids. Kevin King ploughs in again. What a fabulous show he's put on. Good to see the old boy still doing it, isn't it? Kevin King's son's going to make his debut soon. And there's 287, Chris Reed. As Kingy goes in again. He really has an affinity with the rear end of that Volvo. And Kingy's lining up Chris Reed now. 287, Chris Reed, 89, Kevin King. Incredible, look at that, and it's still running beautifully. Chris Reed picks up one of the locals. Gives him an early bath. 287 and 89. They seem to be dominating this one. Oh, and that's not a good position to be. Stationary at the end of the home straight. And Chris Reed delivers the big hit, and Kevin King ploughs in to finish him off. And still has steering, still the engine operates. Mind you, so does the Vol. Look at this, 131, the old Volvo. Just going for a quick wash. So it's 287. Chris Reed then. What else is there left? There's a green flag out. Chris Reed's just getting out of the way of Kevin King, who is still flying. The centre of his car is now a bit nearer to the ground. It's beginning to snap. Oh, and Chris Reed was just wanted to have his own little pop at the Volvo. And Kingy's sounding a bit sick now. 89. Seems to have finally taken its toll. So who's going to get the last big hit from King Kevin? We shall see. 287, Chris Reed again on the field. That's a good place to be, actually. You don't want to be in front of Kevin King, do you? And he's about to deliver his last one. Or is he just going to expire? I think he is. Chris Reed, in fact, takes the initiative and punts him out of it. And then turns it round. Oh, brilliant. So, 287, Chris Reed, 89, Kevin King. Grandstand finish here. The steering looking a bit suspect on the 89 car. Well, if they carry on like this, it'll be the last one to run out of petrol that wins. Coming onto the tarmac now, you can go a little bit quicker there, can't you? And that's a bit more like it. Now that's what he wants. He wants to be able to hit the part of the car that he can damage without severely damaging his own. That's the trick. Or shall we just have a good old head on? Yes. And still they wallop, and still they whack. And here comes another one from 287, Chris Reed. And Kevin King trying to restart. But the race video flag is at half-mast now. Kingy's expired and Chris Reed has done it the hard way, and what a fantastic weekend for him. Winner of Heat 3, winner of the World Cup final and the DD as well.